Hey, what's going on everybody, Draggy here, and welcome to part 5 of What If Deku Was a Monster. Sorry for the long wait, had a lot to do today, but with that out of mind, well, had a lot to do for the other days, but with that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. Now, we last left off with Shigaraki getting spikes put in his kneecaps by Izuku. Shigaraki falls to the ground. Says, How are you able to do that? And Izuku said, it's simple, really. If I absorb certain things, I could gain new quirks. Plus, any new quirk I obtain, the information for it automatically goes to my brain. Right, so I automatically know how to activate it. It's pretty cool if you think about it. What I just used, that's the quirk I used. That's the quirk that I gained from your Nomu friend. Point Break. It allows me to shoot spikes out of every part of my body. Thanks to you sending that Nomu, I am now just as effective in close range combat as I am in far range. As I am in long-range combat. So I really must thank you for that. But we don't have time to talk about that, cause, well, the heroes are already here. Look, he points and shows that the heroes have finally arrived while they were talking. Kurgir retook Shigaraki and sent him back to the base. Sure enough, Izuku, the pro heroes get cleared up, help clear up the rest of the villains. And once everyone was out of the USJ, all of Class 1A just looked at Izuku. They couldn't help to, after what they just saw. Izuku looked with disappointment on him and said, "Yeah, I know. That's the full reach of my power. It's what I told. That's the reach of my first quirk. It's what I meant by life force sucking." I don't mind if you guys think I'm a monster now. And Momo goes, "We don't think you're a monster." The Todoroki goes, "Yeah, if anything, then you inspired us. If anything for me, you inspired me. Using your quirk to your full extent. Then, no matter what." Izuku said, "Well, sure. I mean, it's my quirk. It's not anyone else's. It's but mine. Fine. But that's a pretty weird statement to say. I mean, it goes for everyone, but I feel like it has significant things for me." And Todoroki nods, and Izuku did know that he was helping Todoroki, because at this point Izuku unknowingly helped Todoroki come out of its quote-unquote shell and use his fire side. And sure enough, everyone gets back to school the next day, and then Aizawa comes in with all bandages. He comes in and tells them about the UA Sports Festival coming in a couple of days. And that he wants everyone, every single one of you, one of them, to train on their quirks. He looked at that Izuku and said, "Especially you, with your new quirk." And Izuku said, "Don't worry, I'll make sure to make full use of it." Aizawa said, "Good. Anyway, Izuku, once class ends, you need to see the support. You need to see the support course. They could help you out with some support items for that new quirk." And Izuku nodded. Class ended, and he sure enough went to the support course. There he met Hatsume, who was more than glad enough to create two support gauntlets that allowed him him to shoot multiple spikes through his arms. They're like gauntlets. Like Bakugo goes gauntlets, but instead of storing sweat, they store spikes. So right now that's his suit. Just shorts and gauntlets. In his true form, anyways. The UA Sports Bowl comes around. And Izuku has been training a lot on his third quirk. On his third quirk. And Todoroki has also been training his fire side to make sure it's good and ready for the, well, the sports festival. But the sports festival comes around, and then, like in canon, then for the race, Izuku gets first place, and for the cavalry battle, the Todoroki's team gets first place. The 1v1 battle, those are where I'm going to switch, where things get weird. For the first battle, though, instead of Izuku going up against Shinso, he's gonna go up against Kaminari. Meaning Shiozaki will go up against Shinso. Now, Shiozaki will still win, cause, well, I mean, obviously. Anyways, the battle surely begins. And Denki goes all out trying to electrocute Izuku, who is running right in front of him. Yeah, Izuku is running in front of him, and Denki charges up his electricity and goes 3.1 million volts. And he pours it all out of the battlefield. It hits Izuku, but thanks to his first quirk, he absorbs all of the electricity shot at him. Denki turns into a dunce, and Izuku takes a breather. Because he needed to after absorbing all that electricity. And then Izuku got up and said, "Very impressive, Kaminari. You've been trying. You tried to get me while you tried to make me absorb too much electricity. But that's the thing about my first quirk. There's no such thing as too much for me to absorb. Of course, I do need to take a break. Although I do need to take a break if I need to. But speaking of first quirk, allow me to show you what your quirk has given me. He holds up his hand and white lightning evolves from it, swirling into a ball. And then Izuku said, "Allow me to explain. It's called Thunderstruck. Thanks to you, I can now create lasers made out of lightning. Allow me to demonstrate." And then he shoots the lightning laser right at Kaminari, sending him out of the battlefield. Whoops. Gosh, this keeps happening. So, up comes Izuku's battle with Todoroki. The battle begins, and both Shoto and Izuku are going all out. Shoto using his fire and ice side, which of course impresses Endeavor. And Izuku using 3 of his quirks, because he can't really use his first one. But then Todoroki comes up in front of him, trying to freeze him with his hand. But Sorry. But Izuku then says, "You're up close. Wrong move. Wrong move, Todoroki." He creates a spike from his hand, doesn't shoot it, then creates lightning lasers from his fingertips. Making a massive laser coming from the top of the spike. And then Izuku screamed out, Energizer Beam! Because that's the name of the special move he just did. But that's where I'm going to leave it off. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, boom, so that like on his face. Catch you next one, guys. Sorry for the wait, and laters.